Very good morning, students. Welcome back to online session on data structures and algorithms course. In our previous session, we have discussed the basic concepts, the theory concepts related to your AVL trees. Okay, we discussed the definition of AVL tree, and we have also seen all the associated concepts related to AVL trees. So we said an AVL tree is an height balanced tree where every node needs to maintain the balance factor. And that balance factor, how we are calculating? Simply by subtracting the height of right subtree from height of left subtree, we are getting the balance factor. So this balance factor, it needs to be either 0 or 1 or minus 1, nothing other than that we said. So then we said the operations that we can perform on an AVL tree are traversal operation, search operation, insertion operation, and deletion operation. So the traversal and insertion, it is similar to your BST, binary search tree. Whatever traversal operations we discussed in case of a BST, the same traversal operations we have to, we were having in case of binary, AVL tree as well. And the searching operation also, it is quite similar to your BST we said. So after that, the operations, when we said whenever we are performing any type of insertion and deletion operation, there is a possibility that your tree will lose the balance factor. There is a possibility that the tree will no more be an height balanced tree, or in short we can say the tree no more be an AVL tree. So to get the property back, to get the height balancing back, what we have to do, we have to perform some sort of rotations we said. And that rotations, we have four different types classified into two different types. Okay, single rotations, multiple rotations. Single rotations, they are LL rotation, left left rotation, or single left rotation. You have different names to it. Then RR rotation, right right rotation, single right rotation. Then we have the double rotations, they are of two, the left right rotation, right left rotation. So based on the different situations, we can perform any of these rotation types to get the balancing back, or to make your imbalanced AVL tree back to balanced AVL tree, isn't it? Then we have seen the construction of an AVL tree by simply taking few of the, what we call, few of the nodes, few of the random nodes, we have constructed a binary, AVL tree. And whenever the tree is losing balance factor, we perform the suitable rotations to get the balancing back, isn't it? So in today's session, we said that we're gonna see the implementation of AVL tree data structure, and after that we see another important concept in your fourth unit, and the last concept in your fourth unit, that is heaps. And moreover, I will make one thing very clear over here. For the heaps, we will discuss only the theory concept, only the concept wise implementation we will see, not the coding. Okay, because coding, it is very difficult, and moreover it is not there in your syllabus. They have just kept the concept like heaps at the end of your fourth unit, if you see. So we will discuss only the concept. We will not do concept wise implementation. We will see any how to construct the heap and how to perform the different operations on the heap. All those things we will discuss, but not the implementation. Implementation wise, we will not do anything with respect to this heaps concept. Okay, AVL tree implementation only, it will take nearly this whole session, because it is like 250 lines of code we have to write in order to implement this AVL tree. Okay, so without wasting much of the time, I will quickly go to the IDE, Integrated Development Environment. Okay, this is my IDE. So what I have to do, I will take a new file, new source file, and here I'm starting the coding part of my AVL tree. So first of all, as usual, I have to include the header file, that is IOStream. Okay, then the next thing, I will, sorry, okay, next thing, using namespace std colon at the end. This is, then we have to write the node. Okay, class node Yeah, here when you are writing the node class, just make sure that it is going to have one extra parameter, one extra data member, that is height. Okay, we maintain height, and using that height, what we do, we maintain the balance factor of every node, because when we are constructing the AVL tree, at that point only we have seen, after adding or after deleting a particular node, immediately we are calculating the balance factor, just to check whether the tree is having its property or not, having its AVL tree property or not. Okay, so here make all elements as public, and take integer data, then node star left, isn't it? Then node star right, node star right, then the last parameter, that is height, just to have the balance factor, and close this one, and initially make the root node as null, because we don't have any nodes in our node, in our tree. So node star root you declare and make it as null to indicate the emptiness of your tree. So now the other operations, like yeah, we have to perform the see, the searching and all we are not going to do, because it is very similar to your binary search trees. Inside your binary search trees, whatever search operation code we have written, the same code we will apply over here also, in case of this AVL tree. And what differs from the from the BST or binary search tree, that only we will discuss over here. See, in the implementation process, we are doing the comparison between different nodes. We are doing the comparison between different nodes, just to know which node is having maximum key value and which node is having minimum key value, isn't it? So to get that one, I'm writing a function with name max. Simply what it will do, it will take two parameters, int a comma int b, and it will do the comparison between those two values, and whatever value is maximum, simply it will return that one. Okay, it's a normal finding the biggest in two kind of function. Okay, so I'm using the conditional operator over here. Instead of writing the complex code taking if else statement, what I'm doing, I'm writing a conditional operator over here. So simply return, if at all a is greater than b, so what it will do, return a. Okay, return a, or else what it will do, it will return b. That's it, conditional operator. A is greater than b, it is my condition, it is my condition, and whenever this condition becomes true, it will return a to indicate a as big, and whenever this condition becomes false, it will return b to indicate b as big. Okay, so that's it, the simple line of code, 3 lines of code we have written for max function. Okay, then again we need a function just to know the height of a particular node, whatever node we are giving, whatever node we want to calculate, because when we are constructing the AVL tree, for every node we are calculating the height, isn't it, the balance factor. Okay, so that to know int height of, simply we receive the node into temporary. Okay, and we calculate the height of that node, and we calculate the height of that node. How come? So if at all, whatever node you are receiving, that is null, that is having null, if at all your temp is equals to null, that means, okay, that means what, return 0, that means no height. So as it is return 0, a single statement, I am not taking the compound statement, return 0. Okay, then put the semicolon at the end. Otherwise, what we have to do, return temp of height, because in every node we are maintaining the height, isn't it? So otherwise, return temp of height. Return temp of height. Okay, close this one. Okay, this is something. Then to know the balance factor, we are using another function, get balance. Get balance function. So what it will do, it will return the balance factor of a particular node. Node star temp. It will receive the node as temporary node, and returns the balance factor. Yeah, here when you are calculating the balance factor, if at all your temp is equals to null, once again, if at all your temp is equals to null, what we have to do? Return 0. Balance factor will be 0. Otherwise, return just height of left and height of right. Recursively we call and we calculate the height. Otherwise, what we are doing? Return height of uh, temp of left. If it is not null, simply we go in the left direction, isn't it? Temp of left and minus height of temp of right, isn't it? Okay, height of temp of right. The whole thing also, if you want, you can put inside the parenthesis. That is not required basically. HEIGHT, height of temp of right. Okay, that's it. Put the semicolon at the end. So it will return the balance factor simply by subtracting the height of left subtree. Sorry, subtracting the height of right subtree from height of left subtree. It will return the balance factor. And if your temporary pointer is null, it will return the balance factor as 0, because for leaf nodes the balance factor is 0, isn't it? So the next thing, yeah, we have to, I mean, whenever the tree is losing its what we call balance factor, we have to do the rotations, and that rotations, they are of only two types. Your single rotations, they are of only two types, and double rotations, they are combinations of single rotations. That's why we write only two rotation functions: left rotation, right rotation. That's it. When we are going for double rotations, we said LR rotation. It is a combination of left rotation followed by right rotation. And again we have RL rotation. It is a combination of right rotation followed by left rotation. So basically we have only two types of rotations. Okay. So first type of rotation, node star left rotation. We are writing the code left rotation, and on the node where we perform, we call that node as root node. Okay, on the root node, let us say we are performing, so we need to take two temporary pointers over here: temp1, which should be equals to root of right, and other one is root of left. Temp1, it should point root of left, and another one we take like node star temp2. Okay, it should be root of left. Okay, so then temp1 of left equals to root, and yeah, there's some random code we will write over here. Temp1 of root left. Temp1 of left. Why it is not showing me? Temp1 of left equals to root you make, and then root of right equals to temp2. Root of right equals to temp2. Like this we do some corrections, and then yeah, it is some tough code we are writing over here. Height equals to root of height equals to maximum of height of root of left, height of root of left minus, sorry, maximum we are finding. So in between height of root of left comma height of root of right plus 1. Height of root of right root of right. Okay, add 1 to it, add plus 1 to it. Okay, then another correction we have to do, like okay, root of height equals to max of height of root of left comma height of root of right plus 1. Then temp2, temp1 temp1 of height equals to max of height of temp1 of left. Okay, then temp1 of right comma height of temp1 of right plus 1 again. Okay, do plus 1. Okay, next is return. What we have to return? Return temp1. Return temp1. 1. If you analyze this code, it is very easy to understand. Okay, so let me just check. Am I missing something over here? Yes. See, from where we got this extra bracket. Okay, just I kept the extra bracket now. Okay, this much of code you have to write only. Okay, we are taking two temporary pointers, and first thing, temporary one of left equals to root, we are saying. Temporary sorry, root of right equals to temporary 2, we are saying. Okay, we are just, in order to perform the rotation over there, in order to perform the left direction rotation over there, we are taking two temporary pointers and we are moving. How we are moving? In the sense, in such a way that I mean, the preceding nodes will, I mean, the root node should go down, temporary node should come up, and the preceding temporary node should become left side pointer. Okay, left side node, we can say. So in that way we are doing the movement. Then basically whatever we do in graphical representation, the same thing over here we do. Okay, then the next thing is performing right rotate. Okay, right rotate of node star root. Here also the same thing we do. We take two temporary pointers, node star temp1, the first thing, equals to root of left, root of left. Okay, then take another node star temp2 equals to temp1 of right, temp1 of right. Here we say temp1 of left, right? No, here we have to say first one, node star temp1 equals to root of left, then node star temp2 equals to temp1 of left, temp1 of right. Here we have to put temp1 of left. So here also same thing. Temp2 equals to temp1 of right, we said. Right, we have to say. Okay, now you perform the rotation. Temp1 of right, temp1 of right equals to root, then root of left equals to temp2. Over here we said root of right. Yes, temp1 of left equals to root. Okay, so here we said temp1 of left, here we said temp1 of right. Here root of left equals to temp2, we are saying. Here what we have to say? Root of right equals to, we have to say, root of right, sorry, root of left, we have to say. Root of left, root of left equals to temp2. Again same, you calculate the heights now. Root of height equals to max of height of root of left, comma, then we have, yeah, not here comma, here after this, comma, height of root of right, height of root of right plus 1, plus 1. At the end put the semicolon. One more time, sorry, temp1 of height, temp1 of height equals to max of height of temp1 of left, temp1 of left, comma, height of temp1 of right, temp1 of right. Okay, add plus 1 to it, plus 1. At the end put the semicolon, then return temp1, return temp1. That's it. Okay, so this two operations, as you can see, very, I mean, as I told you, the code when you are practicing, the code when you are doing, simply do module by module, and this much of code, that is enough to perform the right rotation. So now we write the actual code to perform the insert operation. Okay, first we perform insert operation. Okay, node star insert of, we will receive the root node, node star root and the key to be inserted, I mean new node to be inserted. So new data. Basically we receive these two things only every time. So now create the new node. Node star new underscore node equals to new node of, allocate the memory. Then assign data to new data. Okay, new underscore node of data equals to new underscore data. Okay, then what we have to do, make left right nodes as null. Okay, make left child right child as null for this new node. New underscore node of left equals to new underscore node of right equals to null. Simply you make it as null. Okay, then make the height as 1, because when you are inserting this node the height will become 1. Okay, new underscore node of height equals to 1. Okay, then if at all your root node is empty, if at all your root equals to null, then what we have to do, return new node as root node, return new underscore node as new node. That's it. If you return, that automatically becomes the root node. If at all new node, whatever you are inserting, new node of new data, if at all, I mean new node of data or new data, both things will give the same meaning. Okay, new data is less than root of data. That means when the root is not empty, root of data. How why it is not giving me root of data? Then what we have to do, simply make root of, I mean if it is greater, root of left, I mean right direction we have to move, isn't it? New data is greater to the root means we have to move in the right direction. So move in the right direction. Okay, root of right equals to, call the function recursively, insert of, same thing, insert of root of right comma new data, root of right comma new underscore data. At the end you put the semicolon. Else what we have to do, okay, else uh, return root only. Else what we have to return, return the root only, return root only. That's it. Then change the height credentials, root of height equals to 1 plus, okay, max of height of root of left, height of root of left, comma, height of root of right, height of root of right. That's it. Put the semicolon at the end. Come to the next line. Then calculate the balance equals to get balance of, for root you calculate. Okay, then now based on the balance value, if at all your balance is greater than 1 and new node of data, that is new data is less than root of left of data, root of left of data, then what we have to do here, yes, simply return uh, perform, I mean if this condition satisfies, you have to perform right rotation, return right rotate of, right rotate of root. That's it. Okay, if at all balance factor, that is balance is greater than, sorry, lesser than -1, lesser than -1 and new underscore data is greater than root of right of data, root of right of data. Then what we have to do, again no need of curly brackets because we perform only one time. Okay, here what we have to do is perform left rotation. If this condition satisfies, perform left rotation, return left rotate of root. At the end put the semicolon. Okay, after these two, yeah, whenever your balance factor is going greater than 1 and your new data value is becoming less than root left of data, then we are performing right rotation. In either case, we are performing left rotation. And left right rotation case and right left rotation case also we have to write. Okay, so that left right rotation case is if at all, okay, if at all balance factor is less than -1, okay, and and here new data is less than root right data. Okay, new data is less than root of right of data. Okay, root right data. Then what we have to perform? Return right rotation. Left right rotation we have to perform before this, that I forgot. So here if at all the balance factor is greater than 1 and new underscore data uh, is greater than root left data, root of left of data. Okay, if this thing is satisfying, then we have to do twice. Okay, we have to perform two rotations. First we have to perform left rotation because we are doing left right rotation. So first we have to perform left rotation, then we have to perform right rotation. So root of left, first we are performing left rotation. Root of left equals to left rotate of root of left. Okay, this is left rotation we performed. Then we have to perform right rotation, so that we are return right rotate of root. That's it, right rotate of root. Okay, here this case, if at all your balance, this is right left rotation case, if at all your balance factor is less than 0 and new data is less than root right data, then you have to perform what we call the right left rotation. So first you have to perform right, root of right, exactly opposite to the previous one. Root of right equals to right rotate of, yes, root of right rotate of root of right. Okay, return left rotate of root, left rotate of root. Okay, then finally after even performing all these types of rotations, finally the last statement in your insert function will be return root, return root. That's it, we performed all our operations. So now just to print the values, we write our what we call pre-order traversal function, that is pre-order of root we take, and here, sorry, here we write the pre-order traversal function, which is, I mean, any particular traversal function you can write, but here I am writing only pre-order. So node star root equals to this much, pre-order equals to node star root. If at all your root is null, root not equals to null, then what we are doing, we are printing pre-order we said. So first we have to print the root of data. the root of data. Why it is not taking? Okay, root of data. Then give some space. Then same thing. Call the function recursively for left and right. Pre-order of root of left. Root of left. And once again call the function recursively pre-order of root of right. Okay, then put the semicolon at the end. Hopefully everything goes smooth now. Okay, so after this we have to go for int main of void. So now I am performing the insertion operations. So first I will insert a random node like, okay, root equals to, we have to say root equals to insert of root comma 9 I am inserting. Go to n and put the semicolon. First I am inserting 9. So I will copy the same thing, Control C, go to the next line and insert like 5 we are inserting. You just construct the AVL tree. Construct the AVL tree by using all these nodes. 5, 9, 5, 10 you take. Sorry, my mistake here. See the same whatever sequence of numbers I am giving over here, the same sequence I will give you in your AVL tree construction example. And after constructing the AVL tree, you have to perform in order, pre-order, post-order traversals as well. So for this video, whatever assignment I will give, that will carry around 10 marks, 5 marks for the construction of the AVL tree and 5 marks for in order, pre-order, post-order traversals. Okay, so 9, 5. After that, I'm giving like 10. Then, sorry, my mistake. 10. After that, I'm inserting 0. Okay, 0 I'm inserting. Okay, then after 0, add 6. 6 I'm inserting. Then after 6, 11 I'm inserting. Okay, after 11, here we have -1. -1. Then we have 1. We have 1, and after that we have 2. Okay, all these nodes you have to insert and see out, print one message, pre-order traversal of the constructed AVL tree. Okay, you can print in second line also. Constructed AVL tree is \n you put, semicolon you put. Now you call that function pre-order of root you pass. At the end put the semicolon. Okay, now we just go, okay, demonstrating AVL, demo avl.cpp. Hit the enter key. Program got saved. So now go and compile, check the errors. Yes, we got error over here. What it is saying, left rotate of root we said. So it is saying left rotate was not found, isn't it? Left rotate, it is there now, was not declared in this scope. Left rotate we don't have. Rotate, so where I wrote that function left rotate, here insert right rotate, left rotate we have, right? Left rotate, what is the problem over here? Left rotate, once again you compile, again it is giving left rotate of root. Or maybe when I gave the declaration node star root, it's a rotation I have typed over here. So just remove this one, right left rotate, not rotation. Left rotate only you write. Okay, so hopefully now this will give the okay. So save this. Again you go compile. Yeah, no errors. So whatever insertion we have done, I don't have the time. I mean, because yeah, we can do in that way. We can construct the AVL tree and we can check the pre-order traversal. That also we can do. But I'm giving that thing to you. I will give as an assignment. The same notes I will give as an assignment, and you practice on a paper and check with my video whether we are getting the proper output or not. Okay, that job I am giving to you. So simply run this program to check. Okay, here we have some issues. It is not giving the output. Compilation, no errors it is showing, but execution when we are doing, it is not giving the output. It is having some issues. So let us just quickly sort it. So we started left, right, height. Okay, then maybe some minute issue we have done, because of that we are not getting int a int b maximum, return a is greater than b. Yeah, you just take the parenthesis over here. Okay, just take the parenthesis. Still we didn't get. Okay, so this is not the issue. Then int temp, if at all temp equals to null, we are returning 0. Otherwise return temp of height. Correct only this one. Okay, then get balance node star temp, if at all temp equals to null, return 0. Otherwise return height of temp of left minus height of temp of right. Correct only. Then left rotate we are performing. Left rotate node star root. Then we are taking two temporary pointers. First temporary pointer we are assigning root of right. Oh, left rotate, right? So here it should be right. Okay, the second thing, temp 2, it should be temp 1 of left. Correct only this one. Then temp 1 of left equals to root. Root of right equals to temp 2. Then root of height equals to max of height of root of left, comma, height of root of right plus 1. Then temp 1 of height equals to max of height of temp 1 of left, comma, height of temp 1 of right plus 1. Okay, then return temp 1. Then right rotate node star root, temp 1 root of left, temp 2 temp 1 of right. Temp 1 of right equals to root, root of left equals to temp 2. Okay, then root of height equals to max of height of root of left, comma, height of root of right plus 1. Then temp 1 equals to height, temp 1 of height equals to max of height of temp 1 of left, height of temp 1 of right. Okay, plus 1. Return temp 1. Good. Okay, we'll see now. Then run. Still there are issues. So we'll check this insert function as well. Node star insert, node star root, comma, int new data. Then node star new node equals to new node of, allocating the memory. New node of data equals to new data, assigning the data value. New node of left equals to new node of right equals to null. New node of left equals to new node of right equals to null. Correct only. Then new node of height equals to 1 we are making. Then if at all root equals to null, then make new node as root node. Okay, returning new node or returning root node, both will be same. So we'll return new node. Then if at all new data is lesser than root of data, okay, then root of right equals to insert of root of right, comma, new data. So the first case when we are doing, I forgot one case over here, else if case I forgot. So if at all root equals to null, then return new data. Okay, this is one thing. if at all new data is less than root of data, then root of left here. One thing I missed. So this is root of, because whenever the data value is less than, now at that time only I got the doubt, whenever the new data, I mean data value, whatever node we are comparing with the root node, if it is lesser, we will go to the left side direction, we are not going to the right side direction. So root of left we have to, root of left equals to insert of root of, same, we call that same function recursively, comma new data, new underscore data. At the end you put the semicolon, and here if at all, else if we have to put, else if do, I mean the opposite of that one, new underscore data is greater than root of data. So in this case we go to the right child. So root of right equals to insert of root of right, recursively we are calling. Then in else case simply we are returning root only. Then do the height comparison. Root of height equals to 1 plus max of height of root of left, height of root of right. The same thing we have done over here, hopefully. Then calculate the balance factor. Get balance factor of root. So if at all balance factor is greater than 1 and new data is lesser than root left of data, okay, then return right rotate of root. Good. Then if at all balance factor is less than -1 and new data is greater than a root of right of data, then return left rotate we are performing. And this is left right rotation. If at all balance is greater than 1 and new data is greater than root left of data. So in this case we perform left right. So first you perform root of left equals to left rotate of root of left, then return right rotate of root. Okay, then the last case, that is right left case. Okay, if at all your balance is less than -1 and new data is less than uh, root right of data, then root of right equals to right rotate of root of right, return left rotate of root, and finally return root. Quickly save this and compile. Hopefully no issues this time. Yeah, we got, you can see pre-order traversal for that AVL tree is this much. So only one thing, I mean one piece of if statement I forgot in my code, because of that these many issues I got. So finally we rectified all those issues and we got the output. See, when we write lines of code, it will become even, that's the reason why what we have to do, we have to remember the code, I mean module by module. Module by module you do the scrutiny, and exactly what we are performing in that module, if you remember the concept, you can easily rectify the errors. Okay, so this is how we have performed the AVL tree insertion. Now what we have to do, we have to perform the deletion inside an AVL tree. And again, whenever you are performing the deletion, we have to make sure that even before and after the deletion, the balance factor should not change. Okay, even after deleting a particular node from the AVL tree, the balance factor should not change. Okay, that thing we have to make sure. So I'm writing the code for that one. So node star delete function I'm writing. Okay, node star, my function name I'm giving delete node of, and here I will pass the root node. So node star root I will receive, comma, and the key value, what node you want to delete, that node's key value we have to pass. So simply this delete node function will delete that node from the AVL tree and make the alternate corrections. Okay, and make the alternate correction. So your responsibility is you have to do all these things. First you have to construct the tree with those nodes, whatever nodes I have given. Then you have to perform the traversals. Then you have to delete the node, whatever node I'm going to delete, that same node you have to delete, and you have to do the corrections, I mean balancing accordingly, and finally you have to show the same output to me. Hopefully you understood. So if at all, and for that I'm giving 10 marks. If at all, okay, so first you check if at all your root node is null or what. Okay, if at all your root node is null, return root itself. Okay, that indicates the emptiness of your tree. Return root itself, because root will become null means we are returning null only. That indicates the emptiness of your tree. Or else, yeah, else no need, because we are using return now. So if at all key, whatever key you are passing, if at all it is less than root of data. Okay, if it is less than root of data, then what we have to do, call the delete key recursively. Okay, root of, move in the left side, root of left of equals to delete, because if key value is less than, we have to move in the left direction. Delete node of root of left comma key. Call that same function recursively. Okay, this thing we are doing. Okay, in the else case, else if of, once again you do the comparison, key is greater, if at all your key is greater than root of data, then what we have to do, move in the right side, root of right equals to delete node of root of uh, right comma, sorry, comma key. This particular thing will delete. Okay, this is step one whenever you are deleting the leaf node, standard BST delete. Okay, if the same key as the root node, then what you have to do, okay, in the else case, yeah, you have to perform if at all root of left. I guess the whole session will take this implementation only. Root of left equals to null. Okay, if this thing, yeah, I have to take another parenthesis over here, one more parenthesis, just go to end and put the parenthesis closing, or okay, or uh, root of right equals to null. Okay, root of left equals to null, and root of right equals to null. Then go to end, here you put one more. Okay, in this case what we have to do, yes, if no child case, if there is no child, okay, then node star temp equals to root of left. Okay, uh, we are using conditional operator over here, root of if at all root of left is not null, then it will return root of left only, otherwise it will return root of right, root of right. Conditional operator we are using over here. Okay, then if temp equals to null, then what we are doing, temp equals to root equals to null, root equals to null. These two lines of code, and in the else part, okay, in the else part we are simply making like root equals to temp. Value of root we are shifting to value of temp. Okay, then delete the temp, delete temp. Okay, in this way we are deleting. In the else part, okay, still much code we have to write. Okay, in the else part, same thing, take a temporary pointer, make it as root of left. Okay, then while temp of left, because of this reason only they rarely ask this question into your exams. not equals to null, but the understanding, at least you need to have the understanding on this code. Temp equals to temp of left, temp of left, okay, put the semicolon, then root of data equals to temp of data, temp of, why it is not giving, temp of data, root of data equals to temp of data, then root of right equals to delete, recursively we are calling delete node of root of right comma temp of data, root of right comma temp of data. Okay, at the end you put this semicolon, come down, this is left, and come down, this is closing. So after this, sorry, after this you have to write another, if at all root equals to, equals to null, then return root itself, return root itself, then root of height, updating the heights now, height equals to 1 plus max of height of root of left, root of left, okay, uh, comma height of root of right, comma height of root of right. Okay, at the end put this semicolon, come to next line. Okay, then calculate the balance factor. Balance equals to get balance of root, get balance of root, at the end put the semicolon, then if at all balance is, I mean the same conditions whatever we have written over there, the left rotation case, right rotation case, left right rotation case, right left rotation case, the same thing we have to write here also. So those things, instead of writing once again, what I will do, I will simply copy from here. Okay, inside this thing, yeah, we have written these cases. After calculating the balance factor, we have written the left rotation, left right rotation case, and including this return root. Okay, so simply I'm copying, and I will come back over here, and including this I will simply paste. Okay, so pasting is being done. Save it. Now you just check whether any errors in the code. Yeah, it is showing some error over here. Yes, this thing you should not close. Okay, then save it. Again compile. Here we are getting issue. It is saying uh, balance is less than -1 and new data is greater than root of right of data. What error it is saying? New data was not declared in this scope. Okay, why it has new underscore data? New underscore data. Key, we are receiving it as like key, right? Not new data, but as key we are receiving. So let me just quickly check. Compile. Okay, so after calculating the balance, yes, here after calculating the balance, this thing, when we are performing the rotations, yes, there are some minute changes in the code, like left rotation. After calculating the balance, when you are performing the left rotation, if at all your balance is, okay, one first case, second case, third case, only 3 cases I have written over here, so one case is missing. So that case I will write over here. If at all the balance is greater than 1 and get balance of get balance of root of left, it should be greater than or equals to 0. Okay, then you perform uh, return right rotation. Okay, right rotate, only one type of rotation we are performing, left case, right rotate. Right rotate you perform, and on root we are performing. Put the semicolon at the end. Then if at all balance is greater than 1 and get balance, this you remove. Okay, and this is first case. In the second case, the same thing. The if loop same, if condition is same, we are writing just with if this thing is just less than 0. If this whole thing is just less than 0, right? Yeah, if this thing is less than 0, then root of left, yeah, here you have to take the compound statement. Then root of left equals to root left rotate of uh, root of left rotate of root of left, hit enter, and at the end put the semicolon, then return right rotate. 2 times rotations we are performing. Okay, then the final case you remove this thing. Okay, final case we have to write okay, the final case, that is right case. So left we have written, uh, left right we have written. Now right case, that is if at all your balance is greater than already we have written twice. Okay, so less than, now less than -1. Okay, and get balance of root of right, it should be less than or equals to 0. If this is the case, simply write return left rotate, return left rotate of root. Okay, at the end you put the semicolon. Again, the last case, if at all balance is less than -1, that is right left case. Now balance is less than -1 and get balance of root of right, it should be greater than 0. If it is like this, take the compound statement, then root of right equals to rotate rotate of root of right rotate of root of right, and at the end put the semicolon, then return left rotate. First right rotate we are performing, now left rotate we are performing. Right left rotation, left rotate of root. That's it. Put the semicolon at the end. So after doing all these things, return root itself. Doing all the changes, return root itself. Save the program, and once again go to your what we call program and delete the node, delete any particular node. So first we will see whether are there any issues in the code or what. So save it. Now go compile, Okay, no issues. Then execute, you will get the previous output only, because so far we have not performed. And I will try to delete this, let us say, okay, 10 only. 10 I want to delete. So we will see how it will act, how it will react, the code. So now what I am doing, delete node of root you pass, comma, key value 10 you pass. So after deleting 10, again, you print one statement, cout, okay, uh, pre-order traversal. Again, we are performing the same traversal, right? So pre-order traversal, pre-order uh, traversal of the pre-order traversal after deletion of, okay, after deletion of 10. Okay, after deleting 10, what output you are getting, that we are checking. So how we can, again you have to call the pre-order traversal. So that same thing, pre-order of root, it will print the tree after performing the delete operation. Save it, compile it, successful, and then execute it. Yeah, it is not correct, because many nodes got deleted over here, as you can see. We tried to delete only 10, but many nodes got deleted. So something fishy is happening inside the code. So quickly go and check the delete operation. It is a lengthy operation basically. So ultimately you can see how many lines of code, like 182 lines of code so far we have written. Okay, so I'm just checking this delete node, what we are doing, delete node star root int key. If at all root equals to null, then return root only. If at all key is less than root of data, then root of left equals to delete node of root of left comma key. This is done. Else if at all key value is greater than root here, and greater than root of data, then root of right equals to delete node of root of right comma key. This is also correct. In the else case, if at all root of left equals to null, or root of right equals to null, then take a temporary pointer equals to root of left, okay, conditional operator, return root of left only, else return root of right. This is correct. And after this, if at all temp equals to null, make temp as root and root as null. Good. In the else case, okay, make, okay, root as temp, address of root as temp, address of temp, then delete temp. Okay, good. Then after this, in the else part, we are saying node star temp equals to, okay, node star temp equals to root of right. Good. Then while temp of left not equals to null, temp equals to temp of left. Okay, then root of data equals to temp of data. Okay, then root of right equals to delete node of root of right comma temp of data, root of right comma temp of data, correct only. Okay, this you close, this you close, then again you check. If at all root equals to null, return root. Otherwise, root of height equals to 1 plus max of height of root of left comma height of root of right. Good. Then calculating the balance. Okay, int balance equals to get balance of root. If at all balance is greater than 1, and get balance of root of left is greater than or equals to 0, then right rotate of return. Here we forgot to write return. We have to return this value. Return right rotate of root. Return right rotate of root. Okay. Then If at all balance is greater than 1 and get balance root of left is less than 0, then root of left equals to left rotate of root of left, return right rotate of root. Good. If at all balance is less than -1 and get balance of root of right is less than or equals to 0, return left rotate of root. Good. Okay. Then finally, if at all balance is less than -1 and get balance root of right is greater than 0, then we perform right left rotation. That is root of right equals to right rotation. First we are performing right, then we are performing left. Good. Then return root. Hopefully it is correct now. So again, one more minute issue we can say, minute error we can say. Okay, still it is not giving. Let me just compile. Okay, then execute. Still it is not giving. We need to check. Okay, actually I have closed this one. So Dev C++ I'm opening. So yeah, after this we have written the delete case. Okay, let me just check this one. Compile, compilation, it is successful. Then you execute. Okay, so again here also 9 is missing, right? So no, not 9 is not missing, 9 is here. So hopefully it is correct, isn't it? After deletion, only one node got deleted. So sometimes what will happen means even after you edit, you will not get the perfect output. The reason is sometimes the code will get stuck, isn't it? Because of many times correction and execution. So that is the reason why I have closed and I have opened once again. So it is giving me the perfect result, hopefully. Okay, so compilation, as you can see, it is not giving any issues, and when we are executing we are getting the proper result. So I just want one thing from you people, that whatever tree construction and whatever nodes I have taken over here in order to do the tree construction, the same way you have to take the nodes like 9, 5, 10, 0, 6, 11, -1, 1, 2. Then you construct the AVL tree and perform the pre-order traversal, post-order traversal, in-order traversal, and after that delete the same 10 node. I told you that I'm going to delete the 10 node, so delete the same 10 node and perform the once again you perform the pre-order traversal and just see, I mean, what output you will get on the output screen. Hopefully you understood the concept, and this particular thing in AVL trees, either they will ask the insertion function or they will ask the deletion function. That too very rarely they asked. I have seen only like not in AICTE but in CBCS syllabus or non-CBCS syllabus, that too very rarely they asked. So damn sure they will ask only the implementation of your AVL tree. They won't ask anything related to the coding part. But just as in case you need to know how to implement the code, I have shown the complete implementation of your AVL tree. And as I said, it is a part of, it is a program in your lab. It is a program in your lab. So practically you have to execute and you have to show me the output in your practical exam. Okay, binary search tree and AVL tree. I have created some programs. I mean, from your first lab onwards I have created some programs because many are complaining that none of the programs you are able to execute. Whatever we kept on the blog you are unable to execute. So I have created I have done some changes and I have created my own list of programs for your external lab. You just need to practice that one, because see, generally what we will do when we put the programs on blog, or when we give the programs as part of your execution in the labs, because if we give the complete program correctly, what you people will do, isn't it, what you people will do. So that is the reason why what we do, we wantedly make some mistakes in the program when we give the soft copy, because many times what the students will do means they will simply copy the document, whatever we are giving. soft copy we are giving into the computer, and instead of typing the program, what they will do, they simply copy and paste the code inside your Dave CPP or inside your Turbo CPP. Okay, and they will, in one shot they will execute without typing and without getting any errors, any issues. In one shot they will execute. That is not the purpose of going for a lab, isn't it? That is not the purpose of going for a lab. So we wantedly put some mistakes in the coding. That mistakes, if you believe me, just it is very minute. You can easily eradicate those errors if you have the minimum common sense, minimum proficiency in coding. You can easily rectify those errors. Anyhow, because of this pandemic, we were unable to conduct any offline labs, and that maybe we are planning from 1st of February. We'll see how it will go. But anyhow, because we have to execute many programs now, um, in one lab only, I have to give you people have to execute like 2 3 data structure implementations. So that is the reason why, because and hardly we are getting like 3 labs or 2 labs. 2 labs in the sense 4 hours and 3 labs in the sense 6 hours. Hardly you will get this much of time in the lab. So I don't want you people to waste much of the time. So utilize as much time as possible and try to execute the programs, whatever we are allocating, whatever we are giving. So that is the reason why I have eradicated. I have removed all the errors. I am giving error-free codes to you now. I'm giving error-free codes to you, and that I will not put on my blog. Instead, I will forward the same to you in your groups. So simply practice those programs and get the output, write those programs in your records. Okay. Thank you very much, students.